Hello and welcome to the F1InPubs podcast from Montreal. We're here in the Apres Bar in Birmingham and hopefully we're going to have an exciting Canadian Grand Prix. My name's Hadsley, alongside me is Manish Patel, as always. Manish, hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to a race. It's prime time as always, and it's a different atmosphere this one because it's not a BBC live race. So we're expecting different crowd and people here just to see the live race rather than sitting at home watching it on the BBC. But I'm hoping for a good race. Sebastian Vettel's on pole. We're going to quickly run round, I hope, and get some previews and some predictions before the race. So quickly, Manish, tell me what your predictions are.
Well, Canada's always delivered every year, and for example, you look at last year's race, drawn from start to finish. I think this year you could say it looks pretty ominous with Sebastian Vettel being out at the front and people being worried that he'll just go out into the distance. However, I'm hoping we get a 7th different winner, and I think we will.
Yes. You do?
I do.
And with Vettel on pole, that's a big gamble to say, because I think my personal prediction is that Vettel is going to run away with it, in the fact that even with the exciting race we've had this year, the pole position man has been running away with it. We're going to run round now and talk to people. Maybe we should talk to Martin and Kerry, been like our friends today, but maybe if they're going to be sarcastic to us, and I don't want them to, because they've been a bit rude to us, but when we're off camera, turn round please, because it's really hard to get you two. And then we'll go talk to the boss Peter. I'm planning this. We've got some social media. Maybe we'll talk to people who want to be talked to. And there's people like Tim who don't want to be talked to. Do you, Tim? No, he doesn't. What a surprise. Okay, Kerry, Martin, quickly, because we've only got 5 minutes until the start in the parade lap. Oh, yeah, there's an Abbott breaks happening. What are your predictions? Vettel on pole, easy, can you walk away with it? Or are we looking for more excitement from Lewis, blah, blah, blah? What do you think?
Well, I'm hoping today it'll be Lewis's race today. I'm hoping that there'll be some good overtaking, but obviously Vettel isn't always easy to overtake, but I think it'll be interesting. I think there'll be a lot of competition between the two, so just got to see what happens and hopefully a good race.
And Martin, I'm going to ask you a different question. Chance of a start crash, what do you think?
Unlikely.
You just one word answers you. You're not good for... Why? Why will there be no start crash?
I'm sure that the cars will be okay and they'll be able to drive away fine.
He's playing games with me. I'm not talking to you until you start playing ball.
I can tell you my prediction.
Go on.
Tyres. It's going to be tyres.
One word again. My prediction, tyres. Yeah, well, they have tyres.
I'm not finished. So, literally, it's going to be a warm race unless it rains again. But
one stop, you mean?
So 1 or 2 stops, and the person who has the most super softs will likely...
That's still quite a wishy-washy prediction. Can you give me a driver who you think might win?
Well, it'll either be... Well, whoever's got the most super softs, which is Jensen and the Force India guys. But
do you think Jensen's going to come from 10th?
Likely.
Okay, right, thanks for that. We're going to go talk to the boss. I'm going to walk round. Come on, Manish, you're supposed to be with me. Manish, we've started. Peter, before you've done your announcement or anything, I'm going to get a little prediction, and then we'll see some social media. I know everyone's eating, but it's the worst time to do this. The trouble is with this one, it's prime time, it's evening, it's right in tea time. People are eating.
We're here to eat and drink.
Yes, there'll be lots of forks in the background. So yeah, your predictions firstly.
There's a logical streak to this that says that Vettel's going to do it.
See, that's what I said.
Which is the logical, possibly slightly boring way of looking at it.
Yeah, but don't forget, we've had 6 different winners the first 6 races, but from pole.
True.
Jensen.
I think, I'd like to see Lewis do it. If not Lewis, then Fernando. That's just me talking for myself.
See, I would like to see Jensen come from 10th. I'd support anyone that A, comes from the back of the grid, and B, will keep our streak alive of 6 different winners, 7 different winners in the 7th race.
True.
So, yeah, what can you walk us round? Come on, let's find me some people.
Yep.
Come with me.
Yeah, I'll go and do the thing, and then.
Oh, right, okay. I'll talk to the social. Actually, no one wants to play ball with me today. I can talk to one of the many Tims in the room. Tim, social media. Have you got any social media for us? We've got a couple. Okay, I've got to come round to you. Sorry, I expected you to say no then, so I'd run away. But okay, go on then.
We've got a couple of things on the hashtag F1InPubs. For example, Vix Fitzgerald saying, "Come on, Lewis, it's your day," cheering for you.
Vix Fitzgerald, what do you think about that opinion on the hashtag?
I think it's a fantastic opinion.
That's at Vix Fitzgerald speaking it out. That's great. That's not how we really want the.
With herself.
That's not how we want the hashtag to work. There's people here like another Vicky.
Yeah, we've got another Vicky saying that she's disappointed there's no rain. She's also commented on, she spotted some giraffe.
Yeah, that's her name for Roman Grosjean. She's been on the podcast before. She's a friend of the show, as we should say. Roman Grosjean is the happiest giraffe in the zoo. Now, if you want to find out why, ask her. But that's first wildlife spotting, because we're doing animal bingo with practice, because we had a groundhog, a bird, a squirrel and a fox. Yeah, thanks for that. Don't swear at me. But yeah, we've had all of these things in the. So yeah, basically lots of tweets. But, the tweets are going to come in as the race goes on, really. Oh my goodness me, they're turning it up loud. But yeah, we basically want to hear your thoughts. If you're obviously isn't live, but if you want to tweet F1InPubs, the hashtag for the Valencia Grand Prix, we'll gladly read out your comments. I'm moving away now because it's getting loud here. But please do, if there's anything, wave at me on the hashtag. Please do let me know. Thank you. Hello, Tim. Another Tim now. One Tim after another. Do you want to? What your prediction? Can you come away from the speakers? Sorry, it's just really loud here. I'm really out of order. Manish is following me. Manish is we're the podcasting people, and if you've listened to the podcast, I'm trying to advertise myself. Oh, fine. What are your predictions for the race? Vettel on pole, boring, or is it going to be more exciting with Jenson Button coming through the field, etc.?
Well, you can have the best car in the world, but you just don't know how the tyres are going to be like.
That's true. Not this year, anyway.
The last few races, there's a certain sense that the Ferraris seem to get a grip of the tyres a lot better than the other cars, so I'd say watch out Alonso. And if hopefully Lewis gets out in front of Vettel at the start, it might be a more interesting race and not a Vettel procession, which we all pray not for.
Yeah, but don't forget, even Maldonado won from pole.
Well, yeah, exactly. But, as Vettel's a difficult nut to beat when he's out in front, and if he disappears, then boring.
That's true.
Hopefully not.
It's true. Okay, got a quick paid lap starting, so thanks, Tim. We're back for you after the race for your review.
Sure.
Can you stick around?
I'll stick around for a bit.
Okay, won't be here too late, don't worry. Okay, quickly. Hi, do you want to talk on the podcast? Quickly, just who do you think is going to win? You're not going to tell. He doesn't think. Oh, that's a shame. Hi, these new people. Chaz, you're new, aren't you?
Yes,
I'm podcasting now. Yeah, you talked to me earlier. Okay, afraid let's start, so it won't keep you too long. But who do you think is going to win?
I think Alonso's going to win, although I'm actually supporting Hamilton.
Support Hamilton. You think Alonso? Okay, that's an interesting perspective. What do you think? How do you think Button's going to do from 10th?
I don't think. Well, he hasn't had much practice with his gearbox and stuff, so I think he's going to have an average race. Probably finish about 7th, something like that. A reason why I put Alonso to win, I think the Ferrari treats their tyres quite well. So
even in this, I'm saying it in speech marks, which you won't see on the podcast, but during this terrible season that Ferrari are having, terrible sarcasm.
Yeah, it's been such a terrible season for Ferrari.
They've only won one race.
But I don't understand that. Their terribleness has only come in qualifying. Their race that's actually pace has been okay. That's why I think Alonso was going to have it. But
so thanks for that. I mean, sorry, I can't really talk now. They're on the hairpin of the warm-up lap, so we can't talk anymore. Thank you for your opinions. So yes, we've got sit back on our seats, Manish. We'll talk more. I want to get one name answers, but it's really loud. And Manish, quickly, tell me one last thing. Are we going to have a start crash?
I don't think we will.
No, I don't think we will. It's the reputation of Formula 1 got in about 98 when Alex Wirtz crashed, and then they crashed on the restart or something. And then there's only been like a couple of minor dings since then. Alonso running over the first turn and that sort of thing. So I think we'll get away a start crash, and I think we'll have an exciting race. So coming up to the final corner now, Vettel is. So it means the race is about to start, as I'm trying to talk over Martin Mundell. Hopefully there'll be lots of tweets to read out and opinions to have. I predict 2 safety cars.
I'm going to go for 1 safety car, and I'm going to go for a Lewis Hamilton win.
Go on then. I've already told you I think Vettel's going to run away. I don't want him to. I'd like to see Button come. Anyone who's not already won a race, so Hamilton or Schumacher or Raikkonen to win. But I think Vettel will. So there's a difference between what I want and what I think will happen. So yeah, they're on the start grid now. So we're going to take our little leave, come back with some highlights, and then we'll have the review after the race. So keep listening, and hopefully it'll be an exciting race.
And now 5 above the drivers, and when they go elsewhere away in Montreal, there's a decent start by Vettel. 260 metres down to the first turn. Alonso challenging Lewis Hamilton. He's right
Right, we've just seen the first round of pit stops, and Lewis Hamilton's jumped Sebastian Vettel. Fernando Alonso has jumped both of them, basically, and he's in the lead. We'll keep an eye on the screens because there could be an overtake at any moment. But Manish, strategy setting the tone, should I say, for an exciting race?
Yeah, absolutely. We saw, like you said, Hamilton get past Vettel. Hamilton did a good job, but we saw Alonso just staying out that little bit longer, and he was able to get past both of them.
Even in that, it's going deep into the heaven.
Hamilton could get past him.
It could be DRS now, but even in their terrible season, Ferrari are pulling it out and having tyres that don't fall off as much as what we think are the top teams. Lewis Hamilton on DRS now.
Yeah,
he's got him. Yes. Listen to that. That's now Alonso will be in the DRS next lap, so it might go to and fro.
And Sebastian Vettel's got a chance now to get past Alonso.
That's true. They're going to have a listen for this. We shouldn't be commentating live, really. But
I think we should, shouldn't we?
Oh well, I think we should. Should we just let this race develop, and we'll come back if anything happens between the trio? But it's a great race so far. I'm enjoying it after all the pit stops are out of the way. Now we've got some overtaking.
At the moment, you have to say it's definitely living up to its expectations. You have to say that.
Someone's told me, Tim from Super Sim said there's never been a bad Canadian Grand Prix.
They're always interesting, aren't they? Yeah.
Is it now finally living up to expectations?
I was slightly worried it was going to be the first boring Canadian Grand Prix, but it turned out really good. So.
Let's settle in now and watch a good race. Hey Manish, would you believe it? Lewis Hamilton's had a pit stop and there's a bit of an issue.
Now what's another surprise?
No, hang on. Give it everything these 2 laps to make up for the mistakes we made in the pit lane. But what are we going to fire McLaren? Seriously, they can't do a pit stop, and it's quite a crucial element of Formula 1 this year to getting in and out of the pits. So, what is going on?
Oh, I'm not entirely sure. At the end of the day, they should be doing these pit stops now to perfect.
Kerry, you just disappeared away. You just missed something there. Look, watch this bit. See what you think.
It seems to be the same every single race. There's always something wrong with the pit stops, and it's so every time, and it always seems to be that car as well. It's always the same, and it's just getting a bit annoying now, to be honest, because obviously he's having a really good race. He's out in front at points, and
who do we blame?
That's the thing. Is he stalling as he's going off, or is it something to do with the team? Yeah. Well, then you can only blame the pit team, then, can't you? Really?
It's fine. Everyone at McLaren hopefully gets some new blood in there at some point. Oh well, we'll come back after. It's lap 52 now, so not much is going on, sadly.
They need to sort it out, because it seems to be every single race now, and it's just, like I say, it's just getting a bit annoying now.
Getting more than annoying. It was annoying back in Bahrain or something, but okay. 52 laps, 18 laps to go. Hopefully something more exciting will happen than just pit stop dramas. Come on, Canada, it's supposed to be the best race of the year. Maybe the BBC did a good job in not showing this one live. So, we have 15 laps to go. Just to set the scene for you. There was 15 laps to go. Lewis Hamilton is 12 seconds at the moment behind Alonso, and he's taking a second a lap out of Alonso on his newer tyres. So, grandstand finish, what do we think?
I think so. We just heard on Hamilton's team radio that Alonso and Vettel may go to the end, but I can't see that. Surely Alonso and Vettel have got a pit.
Even if they do, Hamilton's taken a second out of them.
Absolutely. And even if Alonso and Vettel were to pit, then Hamilton will get past them anyway.
So you're putting all your money on a Hamilton victory? No tyres going off anything?
Yeah, I think Lewis will do it. I genuinely do.
Oh, okay, I might bet you on that one, because you know what it's like to look in Formula 1 this year. Okay, it's going to be interesting to see that as we get towards the closing stage of this race. Hopefully, the race so far has been a bit of a damp squib, I'd say, for Canada anyway. So hopefully, yes, Martin, do you want to say come over? Come round, because you're miles away. I haven't got that long arms. Martin actually pointed at me, not Martin Brundle, obviously. What's your surname?
Kemp.
Yeah, that's all right. Okay, yeah. It's not important. Just making sure you're not Martin. Martin's in the background. You can hear him. But go on then. What was your point that you pointed at me to say?
It looks like Romain Grosjean is possibly in for second.
Oh, okay. If they pit.
If they pit.
Well, he's only 4 seconds behind Hamilton right now, so.
And is he taking the same amount of time out of them?
It looks like.
So your tip is Hamilton Grosjean. I'm going to get money out of both of you today.
Yeah. I'm not putting any money on that.
Okay. No, we don't advertise gambling. No. Oh, so Massa's going side by side for the chicane and cheating. Rosberg's cheating through the older. It's going to be 3 abreast now. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to keep this recording because it might end up in a massive shunt because Massa's involved. Massa's going to end up backwards in turn 1 probably. Nice racing. Finally, the race has come alive. It looks like Monaco in the last 10 laps, so we'll see what happens. You can feel the tension in the room here as the Lewis Hamilton has cruised up to the back of Sebastian Vettel, and he's in the DRS zone now, and the more time he wastes behind Vettel, the less likely he is to pass Alonso. But look at the speed differential, he's got the inside. Vettel's not fighting him. Vettel's got my idea of, as Mayork would say, listen to the crowd. Vettel's had the idea to let Lewis go, so Fernando Alonso and Hamilton might crash and he might still win the race. So it is a great finish here, Manish. You're too busy writing. What do you write these notes for?
No, it is a good finish. Great move by Hamilton, but I guess you could see that coming because Vettel is now starting to struggle with his tyres, and Hamilton is not far away from Alonso, so I can at the moment. I think there's about 7 laps to go, and I can honestly see Hamilton getting past Fernando.
Yeah, I think I might stick with it actually. We might stick with this live because it's not going to take 7 laps for Hamilton to cruise. It's going to take him 2 laps to get to the back of Alonso. Is what Alonso going to do with it? There still could be a crash in our future because as Alonso and Hamilton, don't forget. What are you thinking about the finish of the race? It finally came alive, Kerry. Quickly, before anything might happen at any moment.
I'm hoping. I think he's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Who?
Hamilton's going to do it.
He is going to do it. Wasn't very descriptive.
Sorry, my fault. Yeah, I think as you can see, he's just getting closer and closer and closer, and he's using the DRS to his advantage. So hopefully, fingers crossed, he's going to do it. No, is he not now. No.
Next lap.
But it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. You're right. We're going to stick with it now because this is the only battle on track probably, and if this happens Vettel's gone to the pits. Why didn't he do that last lap? Oh, anyway.
So typically, everything seems to happen at the end of the race as well.
Vettel even finished 3rd. But yeah, you're right about the Grosjean. Like Martin, Mr. Grosjean's a big fan. Apparently, the happiest. Super softs are going on Vettel. Tim's here. Everyone's suddenly piping up. Everyone's excited. Oh, there's money on the table. Is that your bet? There's like £2, £3. Is that your bet money? Are you betting that on Alonso or Hamilton?
It's Canadian Grand Prix, I reckon Raikkonen.
Have you been watching the race? Anyway, here comes Hamilton now. Is he going to overtake before the DRS zone? Oh, it could be the best overtaking manoeuvre of the year if he does it there. Watch your front wing, Lewis. You're not good with them. Come on, Lewis. Get him now. Oh, he's gone. He's gone round the outside. Come on. Right round the outside. Murray Walker. Yeah. Oh. It's very exciting. You can feel the atmosphere in the pubs. You can actually sense. We want the 7th different winner. Regardless of our loyalties, we want the 7th different winner. He's already alongside him before the DRS. Surely Lewis has got it now. Yes. Popular move. Yes, DRS. We can go through that later. Popular move. Amazing. Manish, you've won your money, don't worry. We've got 6 laps left, 5 laps left now as he clicks over the line. We'll see what happens in the last 5 laps and come back to you with our immediate reactions to the finish of the race. Exciting finish to the Canadian Grand Prix, and we've got with us Dave. What did you think to the finish of the race? Do you think the race is exciting now?
Yeah, it was a great race all along. I thought that McLaren and Hamilton had a good chance to start with, and obviously when they pitted, that seemed to be the logical thing to do. But then when Ferrari and Red Bull stayed out, it did sort of worry me a bit, wondering whether it was going to pay off. But it turns out that you can't push these tyres too far, and Ferrari and Red Bull, they took a gamble and it didn't pay off. So it was the right result in the end.
But the pit stop itself could have cost him.
Yeah, it could. He seemed to be a bit slow away on both of his pit stops. That's obviously a little problem that McLaren have got. Obviously, it didn't cost them this time, but it could cost them in the future. I'm sure that's something they will carry on working on.
Yeah, brilliant. And this is your first experience of F1InPubs, is it?
It is, yeah. I mean, when the races sort of went to Sky, I thought, I wonder whether any pubs would be doing this. So I sort of looked online, and I was very pleased to sort of see that it had taken off. But
are you local?
I am, yeah. I live in Selly Oak, so yeah, not much trouble getting into town. But yeah, I'm glad they've done it here, and I'm sure I'll be along again.
Brilliant. Well, hopefully you'll contribute again. We'll talk to you a lot more. Thank you. That's great. And these two, are they friends of yours? Are just randoms?
First time I've seen them. But,
oh, wow, you're making new friends as well. Brilliant.
I had a good chat with a few new people tonight. So yeah, it's good to watch it with some sort of like-minded fans.
It's true. That's great. Who's this over here? Do you want to talk to us?
Yeah.
Go on, who do you support? Who are you here for?
Hamilton.
Nice.
So naturally, brilliant result. But the fact it's Hamilton, Grosjean, Perez says it all. To be honest,
Yeah.
what a comparison to last
True.
week. Well, not last week, so the
2
last
weeks.
race.
Yeah.
Epic. Just.
Is it your first time in here in F1 in pubs?
No, I've come here quite a few times actually, but
I've not seen you.
I've been over there drinking.
Right,
It's
fair.
fine. But yeah, I don't know. It's only generally like when it's on Sky, but it's obviously easier to sit at home and watch it, isn't it?
Right, true. But it's not this race is BBC, and if you were the BBC, I just showed the last 10 laps. It's about all that's worth watching today, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing though. It's like I may or may not pirate it when it's on BBC. Cause
It's on at 10:30 tonight live. Not live, but you don't need to pirate it.
yeah, sure. Highlights. It's not the same, to be honest.
Yeah, but it'd be good to see now we've seen it live. It's good to see a different perspective, I think.
True, very
We've got
true.
a better commentator.
Well, debatable. Half the team is here anyway. With Sky,
No,
so.
I've always followed the commentator for years, and they finally got his job. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, will he be back basically?
Definitely.
And yeah, just about the quality of the racing. Would you prefer Formula One like it is now to sort of slowly build to a climax, or do you want it to sort of be more exciting all the way through?
I think this season beats previous ones hands down times a million. I mean, there's
7 different winners you can't really argue with.
No, definitely not. The question is, who's the 8th?
Yes, that is true. Who would you want to put your money on?
Raikkonen.
Yeah, I thought that. Or maybe Schumacher.
Nah, not Schumacher.
Pole.
If he gets lucky, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say. Okay, then thanks for that. What's your name, by the way? So you've got a name tag.
It's Ryan Lovelock.
No, you took it off. Eh? You want to be anonymous. That was you. You're not trying to disrupt the race, were you? That's what Anonymous were doing. Little joke there. It didn't really work, but cheers. And hopefully I'll see you again. Right, hello Manish, we just had a draw. We'll go talk to Tim, our social media person, because he won the blooming draw. Yes, he's won prizes, good for him. But we'll just talk to this Tim first. I wanted to get this. Tim, third time lucky. Birmingham or Liverpool, which is better? I don't mean as a city, as an F1InPubs venue.
Brilliant venue, brilliant atmosphere.
Yeah. How many did you get in Liverpool?
Not this many actually. It's not really took off yet in Liverpool, but it's
like Formula One itself. You're doing a slow burn, and you're gradually building up.
That's right. There's an enthusiastic manager there. He's well into his F1, you know.
Oh, yeah.
But as you know, Liverpool's a big football city, so it's
that's
not
true.
to compete with. You know.
I promise you, one day I'm going to go on tour and come to with a podcast and come on. Get some different voices on this podcast, and maybe get some nice Liverpoolian accents.
Yeah, do that. Yeah, come up for the Valencia.
Well, I don't know if I can make it for 2 weeks, but we do need some. Maybe we need a Skype session or something to keep the excitement up for such a boring race.
Yeah, well, it's usually a boring race, Valencia, isn't it? So.
Like today, which was perfect, really.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. Anyway, I've got to go now. So
Oh, fine. Okay, I'll let you go. Are you off too?
Yeah,
you've got no quickly grab you. It's Tim to Tim. Hi Tim. And from one Tim to the other. Forget your surnames at some point or Twitter names to identify you. Very quickly, then I won't keep if you've got a train. Give you your thoughts on the race, the quality. First, the quality of the racing and the result. So if you can just sum both up. Go on.
Brilliant race.
Really, even it was quite a come away from the speakers. It was quite a slow burner. Not much happened until the end of the race.
I would say no. I think it was quietly sort of simmering away there, and I think man of the race was actually Perez, right? Because he managed to I think he did one stop.
Yeah.
He manages those tyres brilliantly, and he managed to come through to third place. So he's my man of the day in terms of Grosjean did brilliantly.
I would give it to Lewis, to be fair, because he had a couple of trials, bad pit stop, bad tactics, but still managed to keep his head down and win.
I think that it comes down to basically tactics and tyres. It's seemingly this season it's all about who manages those tyres. As I said at the start, and Alonso imploded there.
And how many of these events have you been to?
I've been to most of them. I missed the last couple because I was away for one, and then I was doing work for the other. But it's a great event.
You'll be back though, won't you?
I'll be back next time.
Brilliant. Nice to meet you again. Hope to see you again. Thank you. Say goodbye to Tim and Tim.
Timmy666.
Oh, Timmy66 at Twitter. Okay, fine. I'll follow you. You follow me. Okay. You want one more thing to say? Yeah. You want to talk about Super Sim? You want to talk about? You just want to get a plug-in. It's a simulator thing. What's your Twitter name, and people can follow you?
Website supersim.co.uk. F1 simulator hire.
Oh right. How much would a simulator cost? I'm just thinking. I know Formula One's quite extravagant. If I thought I'm going to stag do, how much does a simulator cost me?
We're budget simulators, budget F1 simulators anyway. So starts at $350 a day.
That's budget. $350 for a day. Oh, mind you could hire it and then subcontract.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
You could, okay. So what's your Twitter name?
SuperSim_F1.
Okay, so everyone's getting a plug in today for their Twitters. Hopefully you'll get some followers, I promise. And you do listen to the podcast. But yeah, I'll see you in Liverpool. Again, please do remind them in Liverpool. Say hi to them and the boss at F1. Is it F1 in Liverpool or which one is it? The hashtag for Twitter, the Twitter name for the Liverpool guy.
I'm not sure, but the venue is the Farmers Arms.
So please make them use a hashtag and I'll read out their comments. I'm going to go over and find the social media now and get their comments. Maybe there will be some comments from the Farmers Arm now. So thank you. Did you look on the hashtag? I told you to. Yeah. Oh, he's put it away. Hello, social media. Have you put it away as I come over?
The iPad just for now.
It's very loud here. You can move. You can move. Okay. What have you got for us on the hashtag? Because we've just got someone here from Liverpool. Hello. As Peter looks at us. Someone's here from Liverpool. And is there anything from the Farmers Arms? Come over here because we keep finding speakers. Is there anything here from the Farmers Arms?
Sorry?
Is there anything on the hashtag from the Farmers Arms?
Only a couple of things from the Farmers Arms. We've got Chris, who's actually the organiser of the F1InPubs Twitter.
That's London. They've got. I saw a picture from one of them. There's got a few people in Oxford, I think.
Yeah, there's Oxford was for some reason, I guess, trending on our hashtag.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about Oxford gatherings.
So Oxford's winning the popularity contest today. Mind you, there's about 30 people here today.
30-ish, thereabouts. I'd say it's very similar things on the hashtag today.
At F1 Obsessive, who's a big Grosjean fan. She's seething with rage, awaiting Happy Giraffe in the press club. Yeah, her favourite driver finished second, yet she still managed to seethe with rage.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't win them all, can you?
No.
At Daniel PG Hill, win. That's a good comment.
Very simple.
That's you, because I'm not reading you out. Martin will go talk to in a minute. He's here. I don't want any comments from people that are here.
No, I'm just looking through now.
Yeah. Maybe we need to tell when they're using the hashtag. We need to be more strict to make them identify where they're from.
Of course, yeah. They've got someone called Carlos here who's saying that Ferrari have screwed up this season.
Thanks for censoring it.
No problem. We are a family show.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else we've got here now.
There was loads during the race. Maybe we should take a snapshot and just read out.
We should do, really.
Yeah, I want to see the stuff from the Farmers Arm. Okay.
But very similar feedback. A lot of excitement towards the end.
Yeah. I want to get names though. Can you get some names? Can you go back and get me some names? Will I go talk to Tim or Vicky or someone?
I'll see what I can do.
Okay, thank you. Come on then, Manish. Let's go talk to these smug two over here because you're quite smug yourself. You've made a prediction and if you'd have put money on, you'd have won today, basically. Hi Tim again.
Hello.
We're just walking across over each other. You two, turn around then. These are a smug couple here. Martin, I saw your. Come over here. It's loud in my ears. And you, we're going to move away from the speakers again. What did I miss there?
Tim just dropped some coins.
Oh, that's exciting. Nice. Is he Felipe Massa of this room? A bit fumbling and bumbling and amateurist. He put a coat on for this, that's nice.
Oh, no.
Right then, you made a prediction. We heard you on the podcast making a prediction and it came true. How smug do you feel?
Very. I didn't see any safety cars.
Oh, I made a prediction about 2 safety cars. I know, there was no safety. You said 4, something crazy.
I said 1.
Oh, wow, that's still quite crazy compared to the race we had.
Yeah, you said 2.
Are we happy about the quality of the race, though?
It's heart in mouth racing.
But only the last 10 laps. There was a lot of downtime in that race where not much happened. No, the start was a bit slow, then we had excitement around the pit stops, and then it went quiet again, and then it built up to a climax, which is great, and I don't really want to complain about it, but was that enough action for a Canadian Grand Prix?
I guess so. It was all about pit stops, and obviously as soon as it came to the second round of it's going to be 2 stops, it's going to 1 stop, and then it started to pick up, and then suddenly the last few laps were just, so who's going to win?
A bit better to build to a climax and have it exciting than peter out. Kerry, it's getting really loud here. I'm bringing you over here. In the corner, Kerry, in the corner, sorry. I'm just basically sensing like my ears, and I need to work to the place where it's nice background noise but not overwhelming. Okay, Kerry, how's he going to be tonight with his big head with the predictions that he made that came true? He predicted Grosjean second and Alonso falling back.
Yeah, well, obviously I did say I hope it would be Hamilton's day today, so that's made me happy. Like what Pete said earlier, it's good that it's added to like the Jubilee as well, so it's been good. But yeah, I do it.
That was a week ago. How was this added? The Queen cares.
But you know, we haven't had a race since it, have we? So, but
I think the Queen will be informed by telegram of Lewis's result.
I don't know. She seems to be up to date with things at the moment. I don't know. You never know. She could be a big fan. You don't know this, do you?
She doesn't do much on a Sunday, I suppose. She could have her feet up at Buckingham.
Well, you know, she might tune in. You know, with a big telly. But
talking about the Queen on a Formula One podcast.
Yeah, back to the race. But yeah, last 10 laps definitely made the race.
Yeah.
But I suppose you can't expect it to be full on all the time. Like, you're going to have them quiet moments.
You can. Did you not see the early races?
Yeah, but it's not always going to happen. It depends on the day as well. Like, it depends on what people's strategies are on the pit stops, and obviously if we have bad tyre changes and.
Talking strategy, was McLaren right in there? Was there McLaren right to bring Lewis in, or should they have left him out struggling like Alonso?
Well, it seemed to work.
Yes, that's true, but yeah, I suppose if they'd all stayed out on the same tyres, if Lewis had stayed out, then Alonso wouldn't have pitted either, and Vettel wouldn't have. But, you know, it made it more exciting for us, so maybe we shouldn't complain.
Yeah, because obviously we saw the pressure that he put on Alonso, and he kept falling back in places because his tyres were just naff by this point. But I suppose at that point he was like, right, I'm in front, I'm not going to risk it, but it didn't work out for him.
Yeah. No more social media. Social media's going home. You off then? Bye then. Thanks for that. He's off, and no more social media. Nice try though. Manish, you want to ask a question?
Yeah. Just a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Had Alonso appeared at the same time as sorry, say that again. Had Alonso appeared at the same time as Hamilton, could Alonso have been in contention for the win? Do you think?
Oh. It's one of them things, though. Can you predict something like that, though? It's like
surely the speed. I'm answering your question, but surely his speed came from Lewis's speed came from the relative speed. He looked faster compared to Alonso, who had older tyres. If they'd both pitted at the same time, the gap would have been the same as it was before the pit stops, which would have been a 2 or 3 second lead to Hamilton. Well, no, because I've answered your question. No, because they made a mistake in the pits.
Yeah, that's a point, because every time Hamilton seems to go into the pits at the moment, something happens with the tyre change. It's like Martin predicted earlier, is it something to do with the bolts as well? But it's like, it could have been.
Get the boss, get Peter, coming over, Peter. Need to be over in this corner because it's quiet, and he's standing right by the speaker. Right,
You've got a point that it could have been a completely different race.
Basically, he managed to, because of his tyre advantage, he managed to overcome the deficit he got in the pit stop.
And I was just going to say as well, had Alonso pitted at the same time as well, perhaps he wouldn't have lost all those places at the end.
Exactly, it definitely wouldn't have. Even Vettel managed to overtake him, and he pitted just about 3 laps after Hamilton.
That in our favour, though, didn't it, in the end?
Absolutely. So. If he'd have pitted when Vettel did, then he probably still would have stayed second or third, something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, go to the boss, Peter. Come over here, Peter. So we have to be in this corner because it's really loud. Can you control that?
Yeah.
There we go. Thanks for that. I've got to talk to the boss more often. Anyway. What did you think of the race, Peter? And you've got things to remind me of, don't forget. Remind me that afterwards. But firstly, your race report.
What a superb race. I mean, I think it's...
all the way through?
Through. I think sometimes if we'd had the same situation at Monte Carlo... it would still be worth sitting through the race.
We did in a way, just we can't overtake him Monte Carlo. Webber's tyres went off like Alonso's did, and no one could pass him.
No, that's the thing. This is what happens when you get to a proper racetrack, and it's real proper use of strategy. McLaren believing in their data for once, and actually having the courage to go with it.
Yeah.
There was a point there for a couple of laps where I'm sure we all thought that Lewis was cursing the team,
especially when they made a mistake.
Exactly, but it was Lewis's day to day, and
it's just in Canada, isn't it?
It's just surprising that it's taken him so long. Really, I've no idea what Jensen's going to say because that was awful.
Well, that's true. We haven't heard from Jensen. He basically disappeared off the coverage after his pit stop. He was like, Jensen's having trouble. Let's ignore him now. There's better racing to focus on. But did you think the race before the last 10 laps was, it was a bit of a slow burner? It's being kind. It was a bit of a procession until the last round of pit stops and the strategy with Hamilton, Alonso and Vettel. Yeah,
that's true. You can normally rely on 1 or 2 lower orders cars throwing it at the scenery at some point, and it had Karthikeyan stop, but that you could have had the good grace to catch fire or something just to liven things up.
That would have been nice, wouldn't it? Or there was a spin for from one of the Toro Rossos, and that could have been nice, a nice safety car at the end. But anyway, have you heard of this thing, by the way? I don't know if you're how social media how clued up on social media you are, but we did have a long conversation about Twitter the other week, so I assume you are. Have you heard about this social media driver thing for the Marussia team?
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, I'm going to tell you this now. I thought you might have actually, and actually we'll just discuss it. But no, okay, fine, I have to explain it to you. They are doing, it's not a competition, it's more of a job application with Monster, you know, the jobs website, Monster.co.uk. They're doing, if you're creative on their hashtag, which is SMDriver, and don't worry, I'll promote ours as well, so this is not a plug for them. But if you're creative on their hashtag, you will get to be their social media driver for the British Grand Prix. I'm desperate for it because it's the only way I'm going to join everyone here at the British Grand Prix. But yeah, I mean, if you've got, all you've got to do is, you know, creatively send a picture or something saying this is what I do for, you know, and then show social media. I mean, it's a good idea, isn't it? I'm trying to think how we can do that here.
We should get a group shot of everybody for the next race.
I'm just wondering, in your merchandise you give away, is any of it Team Marussia gear?
Not sure.
I could pretend I was already doing it, and then they just hire me and say, "Oh, he's already doing it."
Maybe Chris has secured some of the stuff for the. There's quite a few prizes to be won at the White Horse.
Can you go? White? Okay, this is what you wanted to talk about. White Horse at Silverstone. There's a pub crawl. Go on, tell people.
Well, not so much a pub crawl as probably just crawling around.
You will be crawling at one point.
Yeah, likely, but yeah, the F1InPubs guys are actually getting together. Everybody. Hopefully.
Everybody but some people.
Yes.
Unless I win that competition. Please, SMDriver, please. I'll be there. I won't be drinking, I promise. I'll be professional.
But yeah, it'll be nice to see everybody. You know, the last time we saw each other was back in London just before the season.
I have to wonder how that meeting. What was it? Just I'm going to do Birmingham, going home, or was it more social?
Oh, not really. I'd volunteered for it about 2 or 3 weeks before that date.
Oh, that's cheating.
Oh no, I was just a get together. There was no sit down committee or chorusy going on. It was just a meet and a booze up. But we met about 2 in the afternoon. And they were still there at closing time.
Oh, lucky. Do you have to get back to Birmingham, surely?
Fortunately, I made it away, but they did keep on drinking. That's the thing, when you get a load of fans together, lots of different opinions.
It's nice as a Formula 1 in pubs thing today. There's been lots on the hashtag from different areas. We had the Farmers Arms pub, we had Oxford. So we had Liverpool, Oxford, London and us. So that's at least 4. I don't know if we've heard anything from Edinburgh. Oh, Kerry and Martin, they're just the contributors. Bye. Thank you, guys. We've got a late race. It's people have to go, sadly. But it's only us left now. But yeah, so it's nice to see that the hashtag is getting. And if you're listening to this and you want to be part of the next race, all you've got to do is tweet F1InPubs, and we will read out your comments on the race. We've had people who have been previously, like the girl with the button tattoo, and Scriffany and all that. They've been tweeting about the race while not being here, wishing they could be here. I'm sure the podcast will try and help you give you a flavour of what it's like here, because there's some great cheering. I did record the cheering at the end.
Oh, superb! Yeah. Great. Oh, it was well deserved. It was just such a.
That's what we're basically here for, isn't it? The atmosphere like that. It's like football fans. They don't understand how lucky they are that when a goal comes in and you're jumping around and cheering.
Yeah, that's the great thing. I first experienced this back in San Francisco.
Oh, you like telling the story? Might have you told this on the podcast before?
And it was just great to walk in there and know you could sit down, like a few guys did tonight. They just came on their own and just sat down next to somebody else, and they just got chatting.
It's true. These 3 here have not met each other before, and they're actually best friends now.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, and I think you happen to be the best friend here, you have to be called Tim. I think I'm going to change my name to Tim.
Yeah, I think Tim has to be the prime option. I think going ahead for Valencia, definitely.
And it'll definitely make me win the raffle.
It increases your chances.
Yeah, definitely. Right, I'm going to be Tim Hadsley from the next race. But just summing up now, let's give us a final ending. What would you rate that race out of 10?
I think that's an 8. You could have. I mean,
even though most of the race wasn't great, is it all about the finish these days? Even though you can just wait and wait. It's going to get better at some point.
It would be all very well and good to be jousting for position, before the stops. Or
did you not see the early races? I said it to Kerry.
Halfway through the race. Well, exactly. But yeah, to be honest, even if it's quite processional, there's still a lot of tactics going on. And it's only when you get to the end of the race and you look back, you realise what everybody was doing, and doing a better job than others. Sometimes.
It's true. So, 8 out of 10 from the boss. Thank you, Peter.
I'm far from the boss. I just tell everybody when to come and drink.
And we've got Valencia to try and suffer together. We like a bit of a
pity game.
Can we call it the Valencia pity party?
Definitely.
Okay, go say goodbye to people. He's quickly got to do his duties of greeting and farewelling, mainly farewelling at this time. So, Manish, that leaves me and you. To give us our final review of the race. I'm going to ask you the same question as the boss, as I'm getting in the way of people. Sorry. I'll ask you the same question as the boss. What do you think? We can move where we want now because they've moved off the. They've got rid of the old noise. But apart from that noise, Manish, I'm going to ask you again with no noise in the background. Score. What would you give the race?
I would personally give it a 7. As as we hear enough noise.
Yeah,
Glass
don't worry
again.
about that. Bit of atmosphere, it's fine.
But no, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I wouldn't say it was the most entertaining race. And there were times where it just felt like a procession. It was a mirror image of Monaco.
Yeah.
But
with the ending we should have got at Monaco.
Yeah, absolutely. But we last, say, 10-15 laps certainly livened up. We saw Lewis close the gap in the closing stages towards Vettel and Fernando, and he was able to get past them easily in the end.
Yep.
A great drive from Lewis, and you could say about time, but it's great to see.
Well, it's not really been his fault this year, is it?
Well,
he's been driving okay. I can't think of too many mistakes that he's made. I can think loads that the team have made, including today. But Lewis is finally getting through it and finally keeping his head down and realising that one day this race will come to him. One day this a race will come to him, and that's today. Every dog has his day, basically.
Definitely, and compared to last year, Lewis this season is a lot more mature.
Yeah,
he's been consistent.
At least 1 year more mature.
Absolutely, but Lewis has learned from last year. We've seen that, and I think that this win could. No, obviously now Lewis is leading the championship.
Yes, true. I haven't seen the championship table yet because I've my back to a lot of the screens. But I want to see Lewis is leading the championship. We're only winning one race. Crash.
Yeah, but I think Lewis will now fancy his chance at Valencia. But let's not forget Roman Grosjean and Sergio Perez.
Yes.
Both of them were putting fantastic performances. I certainly didn't see both of them even finishing on the podium. So well done to them.
Yeah. Vettel did well to change his tyres when he did. He didn't try and stick it out like Alonso did.
Yeah, Vettel again, not a bad race from him, but he'll be disappointed not to convert that pole position into a race win.
And a bit of anonymous race from Webber and Button, the teammates.
Yeah, Webber. Wasn't really in it, to be honest with you. Button, another disappointing race, and he really does need a strong result at Valencia. I said it last time out in Monaco that he needs a strong result in Canada.
And then he won.
I mean, Jensen really has to up his game, and it's a mirror. Is
it his fault, or is it the fact that he had no gearbox, he had no practice, and he was behind the curve of development over the weekend? And is it really Jensen's fault, or is it the team? I know they won the race and you can't really criticise them, but it still wasn't a perfect performance from McLaren. You're supposed to get 2 cars home, not just one.
Yeah, no, Jensen is just not doing it at the moment. It's simple as. And you look at last season, it was Lewis who was whinging. It was Lewis who was being inconsistent, not having great races.
Still win a lot of races, but
yeah. But now this time round, this season, it's Jensen. But I still believe that one race, if he can pick up a strong result in Valencia, he will bounce back. I know that for a fact.
Valencia's not many people's favourite track, but you never know, it might come to Jensen. You never know. I've had to say, I'd want an 8th different win of the 8th race. Who's most likely to give us that then?
Well, Mercedes, possibly Schumacher, but with the way things are going for Schumacher, he's not exactly.
Yeah, a few people are bubbling under, so maybe Raikkonen, maybe Grosjean, maybe Perez.
Absolutely. I think Valencia, not the best of tracks, to be honest with you. I don't understand why we go there.
You know exactly why, because Fernando Alonso, Spanish fans, money.
But the race itself, we haven't seen any real entertaining races, have we? I
remember watching 2010 live. I mean, I was going to say live. We did it live on a radio station, Scratch Radio, and because we had the onboard feed, it seemed a lot better because we had Kobayashi overtaking about 5 people, 1 a lap. Every 5 laps you had 1 overtaking for Kobayashi, and of course there's Webber's accident. So 2010 was about the only one that was barely passable. The rest have been completely forgettable.
Yeah, you have to say that, but let's just see what happens. But what I will say is that Jensen does need to up his game in qualifying because the first 3 races, brilliant. I think he qualified second a couple of times and he qualified 4.
Yeah.
But last 2 or 3 races, qualifying hasn't been that great. I mean, Button just about got into Q3 yesterday.
That's true.
So he needs to up his game.
And then he didn't bother when he did get there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well that seems to be the end of things today. Even the boss is on the way out. Bye, Peter. So we're going to say anything else you want to say? F1InPubs, say all the hashtags and such.
Oh, no, just come along if you like Formula 1 and like being sociable.
Nice, and there's a great atmosphere. And follow at F1InBorn, that's you. People have been hawking their Twitter profiles today, something crazy, so you can at least get some followers. At F1InPubs, the boss, Chris. We're all friendly, we don't bite.
Totally. So, yeah, we're all friendly and we're here to make sure that everybody can come and watch the Formula 1 live and free.
Okay, you've had your advert. Okay, thank you.
Not later when the BBC is showing.
That's true. We'll have to talk about... I don't know.
Because there'll be a load of people who are hiding from
That's true.
The
I won't put the podcast out until, I promise, until the BBC have shown it. But at least we can all rush back now and watch the BBC with better commentary.
That's debatable.
Oh, better lead commentator at least.
True.
There we go. I'll take that one. Okay, thanks, Peter. That's about it from today here at F1InPubs, F1 in Brum. I never know what to call it, really. But thank you, Manish, and you've had a good day. I didn't give you my result, did I? I'd give it a 6 out of 10, but, I was a bit annoyed with the start of the race. See you, Peter. I was a bit annoyed that it took so long to get exciting, but once it did, it was great, but it just took a little bit too long, so that's my thoughts.
And for once, I managed to get a prediction right, so I'm happy about that.
I got it all wrong. No 2 safety cars. There were no... What else did I say? I did predict something, but I can't remember what it was now. Something at the start that I predicted, but...
Really?
Yeah, well, never mind. A Mercedes-powered winner, that was it. I thought Mercedes... It would be between either Lewis Hamilton and a Mercedes car. I actually thought that's what the race would be, so I got half right. So, yeah, not quite. Vettel, you can never count Vettel out, and this year, apparently, you can never count Alonso. And this year, you can never count... I can't say it. Onslow from Keeping Up Appearances. You can never count Alonso out, because in the Ferrari, even apparently having a terrible season, again in air quotes, he still manages to bring it home. So,
he finished 5th, then that's not exactly a disastrous result. He still picks up points.
Yeah, it's true.
And he's not far behind Hamilton and the drivers, so Ferrari is still in a good position, I think.
True. Right, thank you, Manish, and that's it for today. I've been Paul Hadsley. Follow me at Paul Hadsley, and my motorsport account, Twitter account is probably more apt for you lot, motorsport fans, so at Slywheel. Lots of motors. I tweet something crazy on there, ranting about everything from BTCC. I've got that to look forward to now. Go home and watch that. Yeah. It's been a great afternoon and great. The atmosphere in this place is just electric sometimes. So really, I'd say get down here, especially during Silverstone, where I may be on my own. Maybe just be me and all you lot with no one else to talk to. So yeah, I need new fans for Silverstone at least. Thank you. This has been F1InPubs podcast from Canada. We'll see you we'll try and get through Valencia together in 2 weeks' time. Somehow we'll make it. Not looking forward to it though.